Good morning, students. Today we shall learn a new lesson, lesson 4.2, Revolutionary Steps in Surgery. Now, children, what does the title mean? Revolutionary means involving or causing dramatic change. So, revolutionary steps in science or in surgery means the dramatic or drastic change that has occurred in the field of surgery. In other words, it is the advancement of technology that has brought a drastic change in the field of surgery. So, we are going to learn in this lesson what all advancements in technology have been occurred in this field of surgery. So let us begin our lesson with a nice thought. The science of today is the technology of tomorrow. Whatever the science of today is the technology of tomorrow. Now let us move on to the next slide. Children, this lesson gives a brief introduction about the advancement in medical science and technology. The lesson gives information about advancement in the surgeries such as cardiac surgery, neurosurgery, and robotic surgery. It also gives an account of the surgeries in the past, the risk factors that existed then, and the mortality rate, which was very high in the past. The title itself suggests the dramatic change that has occurred over the years in the field of medicine and surgery. So, as we proceed in the lesson explanation part, you will understand each and every thing. So, let us move on to the next slide. Children, this is a question in the warming up section. Here you are supposed to match 10 points in column A with 10 points in column B. I will give you an example of only one or two. Rest of the things you are going to solve it on your own. Enjoy doing yourself. Is that clear? First one is, what health problem did you suffer from? Now let us first read the question. Imagine that one of your family members, friends, classmates has recently undergone a surgery. You were curious and wanted to learn about his or her experience. Match the questions you asked with their answers. So it is like you are asking the question and the person, maybe your friend or family member or classmate, is giving you answers. So the first one is, what health problem did you suffer from? So the answer for this one is, I had fractured my ankle while playing hockey. Another question you ask to your friend is, whom did you inform about it first? So it comes to point H, our school hockey coach. So I informed, whom did I inform? I informed the hockey coach. The last one I'll see is, what type of doctor did you consult? Now, if you have fractured, which doctor should you go for? I consulted an orthopedic surgeon. So, children, rest of the things, enjoy doing it on your own. Moving towards the next slide. Now, recently, children, we have done clauses. We have learnt about clauses. So, let us just have a look. We have learned that sentences may have 2, 3 or more sets of subjects plus predicate joined by a conjunction. Each set of subject and predicate that is a part of a larger sentence is called a clause. This you have learnt. Now separate the clauses in the following sentence and write the conjunction. So you have to separate the clause number 1 and clause number 2, and you have to separately show the conjunction. So in the first sentence, the thief stole the money becomes the first clause. He ran away becomes the second clause, and the conjunction is and. Let us move on to the second one. She told me that she was a doctor. So clause number 1, she told me. Clause number 2, she was a doctor, and the conjunction is that. Number 3, he ran fast but he did not win the race. So clause number 1, he ran fast. Clause number 2, he did not win the race, and the conjunction is but. Number 4, the traveller arrived at the station after the train had left. Clause number 1, the traveller arrived at the station. Now here the clause number 2 is the train had left, and the conjunction is after. But this being the dependent clause, our clause will start from after the train had left, because this is a dependent clause. The sentences in the clauses in sentences 1, 2 and 3 were coordinate clauses. That is, the first, second and third sentence are compound sentences. So the clauses were independent. But the clause in the sentence number 4 is a dependent clause. It cannot stand on its own. So it starts from after the train had left, and the conjunction is after. Let us look at the next question. Coordination. Observe the clauses in the following sentences. He is intelligent and he is hardworking. So he is intelligent becomes one clause, he is hardworking becomes another clause, and is the conjunction. Asit was tired but he could not rest. Asit was tired becomes one clause, he could not rest becomes another clause, both connected by a connector, that is but. So this is also a compound sentence. You can go for a walk or you can exercise at home. So you can go for a walk becomes one clause, you can exercise at home becomes another clause, combined by the connector or conjunction or. Seema has recovered from fever, so she can attend school. Seema has recovered from fever and she can attend school. These two are separate clauses, independent clauses connected by the connector so. Each of the following above sentences have clauses which do not depend on each other for complete sense. They are called independent or coordinate clauses. They are joined by conjunctions like and, but, or, so. These are called fanboys. So such conjunctions are called coordinators. Okay. So all the 4 sentences are example of compound sentences. Now there are a few more coordinators which appear in compound sentences. So let us see. One is as well as, then not only but also, then yet, still, however, nevertheless, or, nor, else, either or, neither nor, so, therefore, thus, hence, and for. Children, we have learnt these many conjunctions in the live session which I conducted on the topic conjunctions. So we'll stop here in this and we'll start lesson explanation in part 2.